On this table, I have 10 untested, as-is thrift store electronic items, like this Magnavox portable CD player here. I'm going to test these out, but before I do, I'm going to make a guessing game out of it, and you can play along too. This is coming up on Risky Thrifting Volume 3. Purchasing electronics at the thrift store can be a gamble. Some folks donate stuff that just doesn't work. Well, I have 10 electronics from the thrift store behind me here, and I'm going to test them out to see how many work. But before that, I want to guess how many work. It might as well be an educated guess. Let's see what I got here. First up is this Magnavox portable CD player. No CD in it. It doesn't seem to power on. There are a couple of AA batteries in here, but they might be dead, so we'll check this thing out. Here is a Sony AM/FM cassette boombox. It's pretty dirty. For me to say it works, the radio needs to work and the cassette needs to both play and record. I have more recent versions of the Atari Flashback, but this was the very first one that they released. It is in the box, so that might be a good thing. I have not checked it out though. We'll see if this works. Here is a Radio Shack 2.4 gigahertz USB connection digital audio link. This predates Bluetooth. It is in the box, but it's kind of rattling around in the box, so I don't even know if that's what's really in here. Here is a Coby portable DVD player. Somebody wrote as is, no remote on here. So I'm not really expecting a remote. I'm not going to say it's bad because there's no remote when it says there's no remote. But this thing will need to be able to play a DVD for me to say that it works. All right, this wireless karaoke microphone looks like it's in bubble packaging, but it had been opened and taped back shut. So no telling if this is going to work or not. Of course, it'll have to transmit a voice for me to say that this works. Here is a Sanyo dual VHS/DVD player with remote, and the fact it had the remote is one of the reasons I picked it up. The VHS needs to both play and record, and the DVD needs to play for me to say that this works. I have 3 non-AV electronics. Here's a digital scale. Doesn't turn on right now. Don't even know if there's batteries in it or not. Here's a Casio graphing calculator. And here's an interesting little blackjack game. Looks pretty old. And this blackjack game really represents how much of a gamble thrift store electronics are. Now that you've seen all the items that are being tested, it's a good time to take a guess. So if you want to do so, go ahead and pause the video and write your guess in the comments. My guess, 7 items are gonna work. Let's find out. First up, the Magnavox CD player. That battery's dead. And that battery's dead. And there are 2 more batteries hidden in there. And they are dead as well. Well, I have an LCD screen, that's good. Okay, here is my Anchor Bluetooth speaker, but I'm using the line input on it. Let's see if this CD will play. Track 1 plays. Track 2 plays. Track 3 plays. Looks like this is working. This DBB button is supposed to boost the bass, I think. And yes, it does boost the bass. Although on this little speaker, it's kind of hard to tell. Next up is the Sony cassette jam box. Let's test the radio first.
Verify. Straight work. James O'Keefe dismissing the Hunter Biden story.
Okay, so a little staticky, but that's because of where I'm located in the house. But I was picking up an FM station. Let's try AM. AM is actually working better than some of my other radios. I don't have to put it by a window right now. How about some Jeff Foxworthy?
Single has got to be the dating stuff. Like, any guy ever go out with a girl that forgot to tell you she had a boyfriend?
That has some buzz to it, but it is playing back the tape. Now let's pop in a blank. Okay, when I tried to record my voice, I didn't get anything. We'll try to record the radio. Now the signal's pretty horrible, but it should match when I play back the tape. Okay, so it was recording the radio okay. I want to try my voice one more time. Okay, I am trying to record my voice with this Sony Jambox. Usually with a Jambox it says mic somewhere near the front. I do not see any microphones or any indication of microphones. So this might not be able to just record my voice. I'm going to say this works. The radio works. It plays back pre-recorded tapes, and I can record from the radio using this Jambox. All right, very good. It's in here. Even has the styrofoam on the sides of it. When I powered it up, I got the Coby logo. How about some Popeye? It says loading. And then it said play. Okay, I got a menu here. And I have a Popeye cartoon. Alright, now I'm realizing something. I do need a remote to this because I cannot select the chapter that I want to watch using just the buttons here because there's no up, down, enter. So as long as I want to watch the entire DVD in order, this will work. But I kind of need a remote, a universal remote, something in order to use the menus on the DVD. I'm going to go ahead and say this works because I knew it did not have a remote when I bought it. Time to check out the Atari Flashback console with 20 Atari games. I think they have quite a few more nowadays. These controllers are obviously different than the original Atari. Compact little unit. When I plugged it in, I got a power light and something on the screen here. Joystick is a little weird as far as how it responds. Let's try Yar's Revenge. Okay, I successfully blew up the thing and got an extra life, but I edited out some of it. This controller is really hard to use with buttons on either side. It's easy to accidentally hit a button when you don't mean to, and this is just not as responsive as a regular Atari joystick. But it works, so thumbs up. Okay, when I plugged in this Sanyo, I got a little light here. Let's hit power. And it wants me to select a language. Let's go with English. All right, it's now doing an auto setup that I did not ask for. It's not going to find anything because there's no antenna hooked up, and that's an old analog tuner anyway. There appears to already be a tape in here. Let's just go ahead and hit play on that tape. Somebody recorded Saturday Night Live. All right, let's try playing a DVD. And there's already a DVD in here. And the DVD is playing. It doesn't want to record the DVD, so I'm going to record some Atari Flashback gameplay. Okay, I have the input set to the front AV input. I'm hitting record. It says it's recording. I recorded some Yar's Revenge gameplay here, and now it is playing back. This time I was not as successful, and I just died right there. But I was able to record and play back a little bit of gameplay using the VCR. So the DVD worked, the VCR played, the VCR recorded. Thumbs up. Let's get into this wireless audio transmitter and receiver. I can select between line and USB. Let's start with line. Okay, here's the setup. I'm going to play a CD through this portable CD player, run it into the transmitter. The receiver should pick it up and play through the line input on this speaker. I'm hearing some popping. A little bit noisy. Wonder if it's this. I'm going to try changing the channel. It really sounds pretty terrible. I'm wondering if there's interference from my Wi-Fi router, so I'm going to turn my router off. Okay, I turned off my Wi-Fi router, and now this 2.4 gigahertz wireless device is working great. The issue is, I like using my Wi-Fi router. So it's either use this or my Wi-Fi router. I'm going to pick my Wi-Fi router. So this technology, even though it works, is a bit outdated in that it overlaps with a band on your Wi-Fi that you are probably using. I will say that it does work though. I do not have a USB cable that's Type A male on both sides, so I could not test out USB functionality. No, I did not pay $19.99 for this. I forgot what it was, but it was way cheaper than that. Looks like it runs on a 9-volt battery, and this also runs on a 9-volt battery, so I need to find two 9-volt batteries. When I plugged in this 9-volt and turned it on, I got a red LED here, so that's a good indication. I also have a red LED on the microphone, so I think I'm ready to go here. Using a 1/4 inch to XLR adapter, I plugged the singing machine receiver directly into my Panasonic HCX 1000. I'm now speaking into the singing machine wireless microphone, and this is what it sounds like. There's a slight bit of hiss and noise, but really not that bad for a cheap wireless microphone. Alright, next up, Casio calculator, and they make it pretty tough to get into the battery compartment. Looks like this was designed to use the edge of a penny. And we have massive battery corrosion in here. I'm going to hit this with some vinegar. Alright, I soaked these contacts in vinegar, and now I'm scraping them with a wire brush. I cannot get this Casio calculator to power up. Even after all my scraping and cleaning, I'm losing voltage across this array of cells here. I should be getting 6 volts from here to here, and I'm getting 4.74. And even if I got these things sparkling clean, if any of that corrosion leaked onto the main board on this calculator, it's toast anyway. So this is a fail. Next up is this Escali digital scale. Looks like it uses 2 AA's. It defaulted to grams, but I'm going to switch to ounces. This roll of quarters should weigh 8 ounces, and it weighs 8 ounces exactly. For comparison, I'm going to put it on this Harbor Freight scale, also showing 8 ounces, although this one's fluctuating a little bit. So the Escali scale checks out. This is good. Alright, it's time for some blackjack. Looks like it uses 2 C-cell batteries. Yes, these are mismatched, but they're both heavy-duty batteries. Alright, when I hit this black button, a motor is supposed to spin these little wheels in here, and it is not going even with fresh batteries. So the blackjack game is not working. I will definitely be digging into this blackjack game to see what kind of motor it uses, because I want to play this game. Well, there you have it. 8 out of the 10 items worked, so 80%. That's better than I hoped for. Now, of the items that did work. A couple of them were disappointing. They have definitely improved Atari Flashback since the very first one. And I should have guessed that home Wi-Fi would interfere with the 2.4 gigahertz audio signal on this digital audio link. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to my patrons for supporting this channel. And remember, stay thrifty, everyone.